Hey guys, I'm back here again for another director collection video, and in this video I'm going to be showing off all of my Wes Craven films that I own in my collection. Now I don't own every single movie that Wes Craven has directed, there's still a lot of them that I need to get, but I wanted to show off the ones that I already have in my collection. And a lot of these are ones that, everybody already knows, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about any of these films, but I am going to talk a bit about each one. But before I get into showing off the movies that I own, I actually want to show off a book that I own that is a really great biography about Wes's life. I got this at a local store near me for $4, and it was a really great price for this book because this was a really great biography. But this book is called The Man and His Nightmares, and it was written by John Woolley. I think that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, this was a really great biography. It goes through his entire life from when during his childhood. It goes through his first experiences making a film, and yeah, just a lot of great detail. There's also interviews with Wes Craven in this book. Some of them are taken from other articles or other things that other people have written, but some of them are for this book, and it's just a really great book. Of course, the front cover just has a picture of Wes with the Freddy gloves. But yeah, for anybody that's interested in horror biographies or horror books and is a fan of Wes Craven and wants to read a good book, I highly recommend you guys checking out this book. I'm sure you could probably find it on Amazon. But yeah, The Man and His Nightmares, written by John Woolley. Really great book. Highly recommend it. Alright, so now we're going to get into the movies. And the first movie I want to talk about is a movie that I actually don't hear anybody talk about. And I've had this DVD for years, but it's called Chiller. And yeah, like I said, I don't hear hardly anybody talk about this. I've actually had this DVD in my collection for as long as I can remember. I think that this was one of the first DVDs I may have bought from my collection. And I really, I don't remember the movie. I might rewatch this and maybe do a review of it, because I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. I remember enjoying the movie though, but I just don't remember the movie. The next one is Deadly Blessing. This is the new collector's edition DVD from Scream Factory. Really like this artwork for the film, but I think I like the original artwork for the movie better. But yeah, it's got some good special features, including a commentary with Wes Craven and interviews with the actresses and the writers of the film. So yeah, that's another really good one. And now we're going to get into some of his most well-known films, including The Hills Have Eyes. Now this is definitely a horror classic. This is one movie that's got a really creepy premise. It's actually got a premise in it that I think is pretty realistic, Get some people going out, out there in the desert, and they end up getting attacked by these people. And, it just seems like something that could possibly happen, And I think it's a really suspenseful film, and, Wes Craven is great at building suspense in his films. And, of course, the acting in it is great, including the always amazing Michael Berryman, who, his character in this movie, in his performance, is just amazing. He's very menacing, very creepy in this movie, and this is definitely one that, I'm sure everyone has seen, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend The Hills Have Eyes. I've not seen the remake yet, but if you guys, for those of you who have seen it, let me know if it's good, if it's worth picking up. And now the next one is, of course, the movie that you could say put Wes on the map, and it is The Last House on the Left. This is the re-release with the alternate cover that I do not like. But yeah, this is just a really raw, just over the top. Well, not over the top. It's just a really real and raw movie, and it's it's one movie that really makes you uncomfortable. With the subject matter, I could say it's just a really raw film. When I first heard about this movie, I think I heard about it in a horror documentary. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember seeing just the poster of this movie and the tagline. This movie's got a great tagline, and it says, to avoid fainting, just keep repeating, it's only a movie, only a movie, only a movie. And something about that and the title of the movie, it made me think that it was a haunted house film. But when I actually watched it and I found out it wasn't a movie about a haunted house, at one point I was disappointed, but I also wasn't, because this is a really great movie. Really suspenseful film. This is pretty much the movie that sort of started the whole, I guess you could call it, rape revenge subgenre. But yeah, this is definitely the one that basically started Wes's career. I think this was the first film that I think really got his name out there and got his start, and it's a good one. And now we're down with this cool little 3-movie collection right here, the Wes Craven Horror Collection, and it's got the films The Servant and the Rainbow, Shocker, and The People Under the Stairs. I actually saw The People Under the Stairs for the first time on Sci-Fi, I think, and I absolutely loved the film. Just the whole premise of it is really cool. You know, you got those two really mean parents that are really torturing that little girl. You know, and like the one scene where they put her in the bathtub filled with hot water and everything. It's just so cruel. And then you got the people that, they live in the walls and everything, and they got the one guy, Roach, he's just running around, and the father, you just can't seem to find him, and, at one point in the movie he puts on that big sort of armor and stuff. It's just such an over-the-top and crazy movie. It's movies like this are films that Wes Craven is known for, but yeah, People Under the Stairs, really great film. And then The Serpent and the Rainbow, that movie is really suspenseful. The whole idea in it is, it's definitely a fear in people. The whole idea of being buried in the ground, buried alive. I think that's one fear that a lot of people have. I mean, it's not really a major fear for me, but just the thought about dying that way, just being buried and not having any control over it, I can really see why that really messes with people. And it's a really crazy fear that people have, and it's just a crazy way to die. All 3 of these movies are great. If I had to pick I'd say People Under the Stairs is my favorite of the 3 films. I enjoyed Shocker as well. I thought that one was really over the top and just a really fun movie. I think out of the 3 movies, I think Shocker is the most fun out of all those movies. Really enjoyed all of them. This is a 2-disc set. You got The People Under the Stairs and Shocker on one disc. The Serpent and the Rainbow and Shocker on one disc, and then The People Under the Stairs on the second disc. So yeah, great movies right there. And then down here we have, of course, probably Wes's most well-known film, or one of his most well-known films, is the one that, even for people who are not really big into horror, of course, this is one movie that even those people have seen, and it is A Nightmare on Elm Street, just a definite classic horror film. It's one of my favorite horror films. It's in my top 5 favorite ones, and it's just a timeless movie. I have this tape. I also have it on DVD, but I just wanted to show off this tape because it's in the the Nightmare on Elm Street VHS collection, and yeah, it's just a crazy movie. Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, such an iconic character. And, in this movie, he's really menacing. This is the first film, and he's a lot more menacing than he is in any of the other films. And the death scenes in it are amazing. Like, of course, the one with Tina where she gets cut open in the stomach and pulled up on top of the, in the ceiling. Such a crazy cool death scene. And then, Johnny Depp getting pulled into the bed, and then the huge fountain of blood. Those are just death scenes that everyone remembers, and yeah, this is a true classic horror film. Absolutely love it. And the last one I'm going to show off is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Now, I really like the premise of this movie. It's like all the actors in the film are playing the real people. Like they're playing themselves. Like Heather Langenkamp is playing Heather Langenkamp. Robert Englund is playing Robert Englund. And I really like that whole idea of how Freddy is kind of like a real person in this movie, and he actually comes out and he's coming after Heather's son in it, who is played by, I don't know his name, but he was also the kid that was in Pet Sematary. And, yeah, just the whole concept of Freddy coming out of the movie and into the real world, it's just such a crazy cool idea, and I really like this one. This is definitely one of my favorite sequels in the Nightmare movies, probably right behind 3. But anyway, guys, that is it for my Wes Craven movie collection, and I know I've got other films that I need to get, like the Scream films. I used to own all three of them on VHS, but I got rid of the tapes, and I do plan on maybe getting them on Blu-ray. I'd like to get the Blu-ray set that has the first three films and the 2 documentaries, and then I'll probably get the 4th one separately. And you know, there are so many other Wes Craven films I need to get, but you know, I'll eventually get them sooner or later. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you guys have seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you guys think about them as well, and tell me what are your favorite Wes Craven films. Also, if you're interested in reading any books on Wes Craven's life, I definitely recommend The Man and His Nightmares by John Woolley. Really great book. If you're a fan of Wes Craven and you want to know about his life, I recommend this book. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Feel free to let me know what are your favorite Wes Craven films. And I hope everybody has a good day. See you guys later. Hang on.